Let's start you off with the top story of the day and really the week. The New Hampshire primary is tomorrow, and GOP voters, they are waking up to a smaller field of candidates. You got Florida Governor Ron DeSantis suspending his presidential bid on Sunday, saying in a video on X he didn't see a clear path to victory. DeSantis now endorsing President Trump. And speaking to voters on Sunday, Nikki Haley said DeSantis ran a great race, but there's, quote, one fella and one lady left. Joe Khalil is in New Hampshire with the latest and the last-minute push for votes. Joe, those DeSantis supporters now have to throw their loyalties elsewhere. What's going to happen here?
Yeah, they do. A lot of people are trying to figure out where that's going to go. Markie, I have to start off. You can't talk about the Detroit Lions and then come to the Detroiter on staff without me at least giving one Go Lions. So I want to start off there.
Go Lions, yes, look, sir.
The Haley campaign, they had a ton of events this weekend, and when they found out that Ron DeSantis had actually dropped out of the race, that was reason for Nikki Haley and her campaign to celebrate, right? The field narrowing, it is now a two-person race, so she can focus her attention solely on Donald Trump. Now, frankly, here in the Granite State, she was doing that anyway. People had largely written off Ron DeSantis because his polling numbers were so low, but an interesting thing happened this weekend, and that was a lot of her supporters had been asking for some time why she was going so aggressively at Ron DeSantis and vice versa, but both of them appeared to be using sort of kid gloves in their attacks against Donald Trump. Well, that really changed this weekend. Nikki Haley went more directly at the former president. She questioned his mental fitness at multiple events this weekend, highlighting gaffes and mental stumbles. Trump appeared to confuse Nikki Haley with Nancy Pelosi 3 or 4 times in a speech this weekend, and Haley made that a focal point of her speech, questioning whether, again, he was mentally fit. She also said that he cozied up to dictators, things Democrats have said and Chris Christie has said, but we hadn't heard those things from Nikki Haley until this weekend, and she also is now making the case in a two-person race here now that she's the more stable candidate. Take a listen.
Do you hear that sound? That's the sound of a two-person race. Chaos follows him. And we can't have a country in disarray and a world on fire and go through 4 more years of chaos. We won't survive it.
All right, quick look here at the polling. You can see there are a lot of momentum and enthusiasm at those Haley events, but the polls are what they are. Still down double digits to former President Trump. So if those polls are accurate and they hold up, she has got a lot of ground to make up in this last 24 hours here. Look, last night, Haley's supporters, these New Hampshire voters are very smart. They were doing the math, trying to figure out how much of the 6% of Ron DeSantis' share goes to Haley, how much goes to Trump. Conventional wisdom says those are Trump supporters, but Haley's team thinks they can pick off enough to be substantial. Markie.
Yeah, she says she's going to let the voters do the talking on Tuesday. Joe Khalil, live for us on the ground. Thanks. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.